Hey, good morning from Finland. A long time since I was here live streaming, but I was just here starting my daily practice routine. So I thought, why not to do a short stream here? And yeah, I thought that maybe I should try to do this more often, like every Friday, but not too seriously because. Take so much time and effort. So maybe I'll do something like half an hour little streams here on Friday around noon Finnish time. So I hope everybody's doing fine over there. For me, yeah, I have a new home studio here, which I love here in Finland, Kirkkonummi. And yeah, I'm just practicing here and I thought that maybe I could share a little piece from my practice routine with you guys. So it would be nice to hear maybe your thoughts about it. I hope you can benefit me sharing this with you. And yeah, I just picked up my guitar and trying to wake up my hands here. So it's noon here in Finland. Yeah. I'm playing here my signature 8-string guitar by Taisto Guitars. It's a lovely guitar, has my autograph up there and a little string muter. I only use this on live shows, never while practicing. Yeah, my logo. I love this guitar. It's a great friend, my second wife. There's the rest of them. So, about my practice routine. Mainly I practice when I have my own personal time for practicing, which is not too often because I'm, well, luckily quite busy with playing work. I do sessions quite a lot and recently I've done, let me think, 4 recordings. Actually, that reminds me, today we released this latest project of mine, or where I was contributing my solo. The project is called Kivun Kantajat, and it's a big project here in Finland. The song is called Tee tänne taivas. You can find it from my website, samulifederley.com. And it's organized by Red Cross Finland. So we made this huge epic song, which will be released in of course in digital platforms, but also in a CD format. So we made this epic song with 11 musicians, including me, and we are donating all the profits from the song to the to help to prevent the loneliness of the youth here in Finland. So it's a good cause. And on the vocals we have some legendary singers like Marko Hietala from Nightwish, Noora Louhimo from Battle Beast, and other guys, cool guys and players, among others. So that was released today, so it's a big day. And yeah, that's very cool. So check out the video. Hold on, let me open, by the way, it's been a long time since I did a live stream last time, so I don't remember the routines of streaming. I'm trying to open this stream from my desktop. Oh yeah, found it. Okay. Yeah, I'm opening it in case I have some questions over there. Basically, I don't expect anybody to even join this stream since I didn't advertise it at all, but who cares? Yeah. So I've also been recording the third album for Circus of Rock. That's gonna be an epic album. It will be released in June this year, and on vocals in this band we have the legendary Mark Bowles. He used to be the singer also for Yngwie Malmsteen and Ted Nugent, Dokken, so it's a big timer for sure. And then I've also recorded our debut album for Fire Sky, which is gonna be cool 80s style of hard rock. And also, last but not least, I recorded guitars for Renegade Angel. It's a cool project which is releasing some singles every now and then, and we're soon releasing our I think maybe fourth single with me, so that will be cool. There's gonna be a music video also. So I'll do a little jam here and then let's talk about practicing, my favorite topic. Hold on, I have here this backing track. I hope the balance is good for you guys. Can you hear it? All right. Alrighty. I like to warm up and practice with these backing tracks, which makes it a little bit more exciting and musical, hopefully. This channel I was using here is by Pat Matrone. Great backing tracks, for sure. So I try to keep this short, and then I need to take a little walk to keep the mind fresh. Anyway, I'm basically, when I'm having my own personal practice time, I'm practicing mainly technique, but also trying to incorporate some improvising sections, because that's very important in my own opinion. And basically what I do, if I have, let's say, 1 hour time to practice, I divide this 1 hour into 4 15-minute sections. And then basically I practice usually 6 different techniques. And those techniques are, they give me the ability to play the things I need to and I want to play. So I'm basically prepared for almost for anything. And since I also play lots of classical music with this guitar, and mainly classical music composed for piano or violin, which makes it sometimes a little tricky, since the songs, they are not, meant to be played on a guitar fretboard. So sometimes the fingerings are very awkward or strange. So sometimes I need to actually figure out that how am I actually going to be able to play something, which technique should I use to be able to do those lines. So basically I have these 6 techniques which I'm trying to practice. The main one, the most important, is alternate picking. So when you're picking continuously up and downs with picking hand, and also picking basically is divided into many subcategories, like one string stuff, and then immediately when you start to change the strings, you are facing with some maybe some problems, because you can change the strings in many ways while picking. It can be like 2 upstrokes in a row, or 2 downs, or then you can pick like outside of the strings, where your pick is moving like outside of 2 strings. And even the more difficult version of that is the inside picking, when your pick is moving kind of inside of 2 strings. And you are facing these phenomenons in your normal playing all the time. For example, when you are doing like normal C major scale, every other time you are changing the string, this is like outside picking here, up, down, up, and then next string is up, so that's outside. But the every other time it's gonna be inside picking, up, and then down on D. So there you have an inside picking. And then I'm trying to practice also like 2 note, like licks with 2 strings. And also with many strings, and also when you have 1 note per string, like with arpeggios. Usually those are played with hybrid picking or sweep picking, but sometimes it's better to use alternate picking. It depends on the situation. And then you have these 2 notes per string stuff, like pentatonic. Which is very difficult. 3 notes per string, 4, 5, 6, and whatever. So alternate picking is a big concept, and I have lots of exercises for each of those categories. And by the way, if you are interested more in depth about these topics, I'm also a guitar teacher, so don't be afraid to contact me for lessons. I do lessons almost every day, also face-to-face here in Finland, and also using Skype or Zoom. So it allows me to have lessons through all over the world. Okay, anyway, so I do usually when I'm starting practicing, I do some little tremolo exercises with right hand to get it moving. So maybe I just like pick some nice chord which I can utilize on all the strings on the guitar, in this case on 8 strings. So it might be something like this. I'm starting with slow, and then I'm putting it faster, and then slowing down, and kind of revving like this, which is good for the hand, so I don't, so it doesn't get burned out immediately. So it can be something like this. I'm thinking about C major chord here. Yeah, so now I can definitely feel that the blood is starting to move, and my wrist also, trying to keep it also relaxed and keep the motion small. Yeah, all right. Then next I might have some sort of little lick incorporating the left hand also, usually with all 4 fingers, to get synced up with both hands. And this is a nice exercise when you are playing like 6 notes with all 4 fingers. It can be any string, any notes, but the main idea is to do it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I do these short sprints, maybe like 3 times in a row. So the point is not to let the playing kind of break down, where the synchronization is failing down. So I try to play correctly basically all the time if possible. And then I can have some kind of other lick, for example, like the Petrucci lick with 3 fingers, for example, 7, 8, 7, 5. and do those like 5 minutes or something like that. Next, I would have something with string change, like this legendary 5-note per string exercise. For example, on B string 12, 10, 8, 10, 12, and on E string 8, 10, 12, 10, 8. And again, revving with the speed, starting from slow and building it up and bringing it back down. Yeah, and you can use this on some scale, like A minor. Yeah, and then lastly, I would have something with multiple strings, like, I don't know, let's say C major scale, using this good old six note pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And using this on all the positions on the scale. Okay. Then I would move to have the next 15 minutes from the 1 hour set, doing some legato stuff. Basically, you can do all the same exercises used with alternate picking with legato. For example, that Petrucci lick is very good. And basically the speed here is not the point. I'm just going after for a nice playing feeling, you know? So it kind of feels nice with relaxed hands and fingers, so there's not any tension anywhere. And so that the movements feel natural. And also, of course, the playing has to be clean and rhythmically even, and also dynamically even. Doing this on every string for 5 minutes. And also this 6-note pattern I was picking is great for legato. And also, there's a new style of legato I've been practicing using only hammer-ons. And basically, it's pretty common to use hammer-ons, of course, when you are ascending. But you can try to use also hammer-ons when descending. And for example, Alan Holsworth used this technique, and Marshall Harrison, Rick Graham. I think also Britt Gorsett is using sometimes at least this technique. So it's hammer, 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 hammer. It's very good for the finger control and independence. And basically you can play anything with only hammer-ons, like scale, let's say C major, especially going, descending. So that would be my second chunk of 50 minutes practicing. Then the third would be probably sweep picking, because I find this technique also important, only not for crazy shred stuff, but also it's very useful whenever you have to play an arpeggio. So I mainly do sweep picking, or I try to practice it. I pick some key, let's say C major today, and then I'm using different string groupings, starting with 3 strings. And then I would move down, like diatonically. So then I will, practice with all kind of chord formulas within that key. And also here try to use different tempos. And then doing, for example, 5-string patterns. And again, playing all the chord shapes within this key. So I would do those for 15 minutes. Sometimes I just might spend a longer time with one shape if I find some difficulties over there. For example, with sweep picking, I find it more difficult to play down here where the fret distances are wider. And sometimes it's good to break down this pattern. So first I'm playing this part and then coming back. Yeah, and all the time trying to be very analytical with my playing, whether it sounds okay and feels good, and if it doesn't, then I try to find the reason why it's causing some issues. For example, sometimes I have this tendency of pressing the string down too hard, and if you are using too much force on your fingers, that will slow you down and also affect on the technique and the finger micro movements. So I try to keep it as relaxed as possible. So sometimes it helps to have a little break and do like this to loosen up all the muscles. Yeah, now it feels a lot better. Okay. Whew. Then the fourth technique would be economy picking, and that's very useful on some occasions. So that's basically a combination of alternate picking and sweep picking. But the main rule is that you are playing more than one note per string, for example, 3. But whenever you're changing the string, you are doing that by sweeping, you know. For example, if you're playing 3 notes per string stuff, like scales, you can do down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. And the same backwards. When, of course, this is like mirrored, so it's up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And another 15 minutes spent with this technique. Sometimes it's gonna be more, sometimes it's less, but this is kind of the base, how to say it, the default system for me. And then sometimes I might feel that I have to work on more with alternate picking, so then I will do more of that. And but I tried to do all of these almost the same amount. And here's a nice little economy picking lick for you. It has 5 notes on the 2 highest strings. It sounds like this. It's a nice pentatonic lick. So, it goes like this. First of all, the frets are on E string 12, 10, 8, and then on B 10, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the picking goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So that's a fun lick to do, and that's economy picking. Okay, then the 5th technique is hybrid picking, when you are using when you are picking stuff and also using your right hand fingers to play some other notes. For example, lick like this. And then descending. So that's also very handy every now and then, and especially if you are having some difficult string hops. Okay, so this is a nice pattern. So it has basically 3 sections of 16th notes. So I'm doing first 8, 10, 12. So it's pick, hammer, hammer, and then 8 on A string with middle finger plug. So it's pick, hammer, hammer, plug, and then back to each string, 10, pick, hammer, 12, plug, 8 string, 8th fret, and then hammer, 10. So it's, and then the last group is 12 on E string with pick, and then middle finger, A string, 8th fret, boink, and then hammer 10, hammer 12. So the idea is to pick first note, and then when the string is changing, you are plugging that with your middle finger. And that's the pattern which I'm utilizing on C major scale here. And same backwards. You can also practice it like first, also using the first 2 strings. And then you can also use hybrid picking when you are doing alternate picking. For example, let's say if you are playing on G string 9, 10, 12, down, up, down, and then middle finger E string 8, and then go back down, 12 down, 10 up. Okay, so that's hybrid picking. 15 minutes of that. And then lastly, tapping. And basically, I don't do this Eddie Van Halen stuff. It's cool, of course, but I try to use tapping more with arpeggios, as if I would have a, like, if I would be doing like these crazy stretches, which would be almost impossible. So I can add the right hand middle finger on the fretboard. So basically what I'm doing here is a nice A minor 7 arpeggio. So I'm hitting E string 5, 8, and then 12. Then I'm hopping onto the D string 5, 7, 12. then hopping onto the B string, 5, 8, 12, and then going back. So, and basically I'm playing here 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also jump all the way to the E string and go back. Yeah, and then also I'm trying to practice to use my what is this, ring finger and pinky with the middle finger. So I might do exercises like this, where I play, let's say, B string, 5, 8, 12, and back, and then I hit 13 with the ring finger. You can do some pretty crazy stuff when you are adding more fingers on the fretboard with the left hand. Let's say 5, 7, 8, 10, and then 12, 13. Yes, beautiful music. And then I do patterns also like this, where you are playing 5, 8, and then let's say also here the same notes but octave higher, 17 and 20, using the pinky, of course, and middle finger and pinky. Whoops. So, just for fun, and try to find different sounding licks, and basically usually when I'm doing tapping, it's more or less playing arpeggios on one string. So this would be A minor, all right, so there you have it. I have these 6 techniques: alternate picking, legato, sweep, economy picking, hybrid picking, and tapping. And then there's of course more like acoustic techniques like finger picking, and then I'm doing also this hybrid picking on using with chord. Sharp nail here, so this is pretty difficult for me at least. So I'm using here, I have an A minor chord here, 5, 5, 7, and play ring finger, middle finger, pick. And then you can do the opposite direction, pick, middle, ring. Alrighty, so there you have it. And then in the end of the practice session, I do a little jam where I try to use all these techniques while improvising. So let's do that and call it a day, okay? This is the same backing track by Pat Matrone. This one goes in D minor. Thank you. Alrighty, so there you have it. It was actually a pretty long stream. I was thinking of doing half an hour or something, but what can you do when you're having fun? So hey, thank you for joining me, and let's try to agree that I will try to do this on next Friday also. Actually, I just remembered I'm doing this meeting until 1 o'clock on next week, but maybe after that. So I will meet you here around 1 o'clock next week. Okay, so thank you and have a nice weekend, and remember to check out Kivunkantajat, Tee tänne taivas. This is a new amazing music video. You can find it on, of course, here in YouTube, but also on my website, samulifederley.com. So have a nice week and keep it metal. Okay, bye bye.